Monday, a buddy of mine randomly messages saying that he's in town. This buddy moved out to, like, Whistler, which is far from... I'm on, like, the opposite side of Canada. Came back, was like, yeah, I, like, got a girlfriend, and now we're going to Australia. I'm like, whoa, okay, cool. And then went to Australia, and I haven't seen him for, like, 3 years. So he came back, and he's just like, yeah, man, I'm in town. Like, you want to do something? So I was like, yeah, let's fucking do something. Why not? It's like, yeah, sounds good, but he doesn't tell me what, and he doesn't, like, pick a time. So I'm like, what do you want to do? He's like, yeah, whatever, you know, as long as you can, like, make time. I'm like, yeah, I can make time. What time? He's like, oh, man, I'm good all day. I'm like, all right, man, well, just let me know where you want me to show up, and I'll be there. So I, like, go get some food or whatever. I come back, I see a missed call. So, it's from him. I messaged him back. I was like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I figured I would, like, pick you up and, like, we would go. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm ready now. He's like, oh, I'm already there. I'm like, okay. So he, like, goes downtown to some bar. Hi, Callie. And then I meet him at the bar, like, 2 hours later. Gotta love a no plans plan type of friend. For real. Apparently, everybody else didn't even get a message. He just, like, posted on his Instagram story, and then whoever saw it was like, hey, yeah, let's do something. But because I got hacked, I don't have an Instagram. So anyway, I meet up. One of the guys who was there was also from my elementary school, who I haven't seen easily since we were, like, 16. And then some other dudes from his high school who I've never met before. And it was just, like, a little reunion, a little impromptu reunion. Which meant I had to tell people what I do for work, which I hate. That part's never sick. Yo, Nova, thanks for gifting to Callie. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, so they're like, oh yeah, last time you said you were, like, reading a manga or something, like doing audiobooks, but it was manga or whatever. And I was like, yeah, so I do other stuff now. And I have to, like, awkwardly go through my origin story. It's like, yeah, I would, like, post in different, like, voice actor subreddits, and you know, I got a little bit of a following, so I, like, you know, just moved that and did this, and then went there, and then now, like, a company gives me money to do it sometimes, so it's like I'm legit. And they're like, whoa, man, that's sick. Is there, like, any way I could find you? Like, maybe you could show me something. And I was like, yeah, maybe, or something. And I guess, like, one dude could tell that I didn't want to do that. And he was like, unless you don't want to, you, like, keep that private or whatever. That's okay. Oop, just lying. Literally none of that was a lie. All of that is 100% true. All of it's 100% true. He gives me an out, and I'm like, okay, yeah, man, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of just awkward, so I kind of don't want to. And then all the other guys were like, yeah, no, that's fair, I get it. I always remember you as, like, being a confident guy, though, so, like, it kind of makes sense. And I was like, sure. So eventually we amass to a group of, like, 8 dudes, which, like, is too many for pool. So one guy's like, hey, man, I don't live too far from here, and I love hosting. Like,
We do not care.
No, you do care.
You do care.
I love hosting. I would love to, like, have you guys over. So we're like, okay, sure. So we all walk over. The main guy's like, I don't know, guys, my girlfriend and I just broke up a few months ago, and, like, this girl on Tinder says she wants to kill me, so, like, I kind of want to see what that's about. And I'm, like, looking at everybody else, and I'm like, do you guys feel similarly? Because I feel like he could just hang out with us and not die, and that would be good, and you'd be, like, with their friends. And, like, 1 or 2 of them were like, oh yeah, bro, I get it, no stress. And they're like, I'm like, all right, well, I mean, I hope I see you again in the future, brother. I'll answer how that trip went. So anyway, he does still end up coming to the house with us, because he's like, I'll, like, hang out with you guys for a bit. Kind of hot, I guess. Listen, some people are different. You're like, I feel like if I messaged a girl, hey, I want to kill you, I would probably be reported to places. And, you know, rules are different, I suppose. So anyway, we show up at his house, and he, like, has a big old 75-inch TV, and he's like, yeah, man, like, I can't wait to play some fucking games. And he pulls out Jackbox, and I'm like, oh, which Jackbox do you have? He's like, oh, I have all of them. And he's like so excited about this. And I'm excited because I play Jackbox a fuckload with you guys. So I already know I'm about to beat ass at every game. Which I kind of do. I was pretty drunk. I don't have a tolerance anymore, so I get drunk after, like... I was drunk when we were leaving the bar. And then Buddy's like, yeah, you know what? I picked up a 12-back because I knew I was gonna have people over. So eventually, the guys are, like, slowly leaving. One guy's on shrooms. Most of us are just drunk. And I'm also a little bit high. And it's just a good time, you know? It's a good old night. The main guy leaves to go get murdered. And then, the guy who was on shrooms leaves because he's not drunk. And he's like, you know what? I kind of just want to go home and play some chess. And we're like, okay, you know, go have fun with your chess, man. I see you. One guy's like, you know, I actually got to work in the morning, so I'm going to go, like, bike around downtown for a little bit, and then I'll, like, head home. And I'm like, sure. He was biking before he showed up, so he's just one of those biker guys. Go home and play some chess is crazy. Some people are different. Have you guys ever done shrooms? I've only done shrooms like 4 or 5 times. I said that and they were like, those are rookie numbers, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm microdosing that shit every day. And I'm like, I'm happy you're happy, bro. That's all that matters to me. So, fast forward, I'm now the only guy left at this house. Because I said that I wanted to get shawarma. And he's like, I know the best shawarma in town. Check out this Uber Eats spot. It's buy one, get one free. And I was like, okay, cool. So I order what he points to, send it to his place. And I have to wait for it to show up now. So I'm like, I guess I gotta be here for like 10-15. Where was I going with this? Yeah, we're talking about Naruto. He's like quizzing me. He's asking me questions. I'm answering questions. Now we start freaking gambling. He's like, okay, $10 on, ask me a question. If I get it right, then blah, blah, blah. Or he says something and I say like, it's not true. And he's like, I bet $10 on it. And he pulls it up on the anime. And I'm like, fuck. So I ended up like losing $20 that night, which is fine because I ordered the food, which ended up being a poutine. So I was disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I was really hoping for some shawarma. But anyway, yeah, at some point he like goes over to a corner and I'm like, what is he fucking getting? Like, he's been sneaking around all night. Like, what? And he just grabs a handful of Scrabble pieces and like puts them on the couch. He's like, you take 10. And he's like wasted at this point. and I'll take 10. I'll ask you a question. If I get it right, or sorry, if you get it right, you get a piece. And if you get it wrong, I get a piece. And we are just going back and forth till like 3 a.m. chat. Like, it's serious business. I've met my weeb match. I ended up with 16 pieces and he had 4, so I was gonna win, but didn't end up winning. Drunk Scrabble sounds fun. We didn't spell a single word. But yeah, it was good. And then I like Uber home. While I'm Ubering home, I get a message from the main guy, right? He's like, bro, I got to the girl's house. I immediately left. I'm like, what happened? What happened? You good? He's like, bro, when I show up, 4 dudes come out of the house behind her. I'm like, that sounds terrifying. She might have wanted to kill you. I think she might have warned you that. He's like, yeah, bro, it's scary. So I just got back in the Uber and left. Like, why is this your life? You don't have to do this. Like, this didn't have to happen. You could have stayed here and listened to a bunch of Naruto talk, bro. Like, hello? Like, yeah, people give you a warning, and then you say, oh, hot, let me go fucking see if you're telling the truth. Crazy, brother, crazy. Anyway, bullet dodged. Shout out to the Uber driver for, I guess, watching him go in. I'm telling you 4, Dazzle, 4 of them. 4 of them. Because I was like, dude, that's scary. Come back here. He's like, nah, man, I'm going to just go to sleep now. Sobered him right up, you know? Anyway, that was my Monday night chat. That was Monday. So I woke up hungover yesterday. And like slowly got some work done. And then finished the work today. Guess he didn't want to smoke. He was like, he was playing it safe. He's like, bro, I'm going to Nicaragua tomorrow. Like, you know, like I can't take it. He literally had a flight at 4 a.m., something like that. So I'm like, you don't need to be doing this, you know, at like 11. Yeah, he's like that. He's like that. He just goes places. I'm like, for how long? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay. He's just like that, man. He's just like that. Lives differently.